Hello everyone, this is Fantastic Worlds, welcoming you back to Lovecraft Country and Let's Try Song of Horror. The Let's Try series where we take a quick dive into a cosmic horror inspired video game. In this case, Song of Horror. Now the reason why we're doing this particular game is that it's one of the games that subscribers will be voting on to be as a possibility for the next game after the current series is over in Lovecraft Country. So, rather than just describe it or have them go look for examples themselves, I decided that I would do the prelude to give them an idea what the game is like, the gameplay, and whether or not it's something that they'd be interested in. And of course, if you want me to do this series and you're not a subscriber, by all means, subscribe down below. And if you're a supporter, you're going to be getting additional material on top of this, as I will be completing episode 1 of this series, and we're available for supporters only. Do you really want to know what happens after that cliffhanger? Well, links down to the Gumroad payment platform down below. Sorry, that 10 times fast. Anyways, so one of the things about Song of Horror is interesting. Two things, actually. First of all, it is a game in which there are no scripted encounters. The AI in the game, I don't really like to call AI, it doesn't actually think, but the daemon, which is actually technically the right word for a computer program that reacts to new circumstances, and is in the background quietly listening. Yes, the daemon in the game will try to attack me at critical times when I'm least prepared for it. So I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to happen. And also in the, tradition of cosmic horror, the horror, known as the presence, is unfightable. That's correct. It is an intangible evil force that I cannot defeat by material means. So I can't just empty a 9mm into it and expect to survive. Instead, I have to find a way to survive the encounter, which isn't always going to be the same thing. Also, there are other little surprises that can be sprung on me at when I'm least expecting it. Of course, the second is the concept of permadeath. That's right. You have 11 playable characters in the game. You lose all of them or a critical character for the next chapter. Boom, the game is over. Now, I'm going to try to avoid doing that simply because it's going to be terribly uninteresting watching me fail repeatedly. But again, that's the risk. Now, in order to do so, I've actually shifted the game settings down to the MR James version, which is still has permadeath, but is easier, simply for the fact that I'm demonstrating the game. Now, the thing is that the Edgar Allan Poe is the standard, as is an E.T.A. Hoffman. Now, these are all famous horror writers, but if you know the horror writers and the type of horror they write, you kind of get the inside joke. But yeah, M.R. James is the inventor of the ghost story, by the way, turn of the screw in the British tradition. Ghost stories have existed long before the Brits, after all. But in any case, let's skip to the actual game itself. I think you've listened to me talk for way too long. It's almost been 4 minutes. So let's begin. For my little Radney, probably a Greek myth, the goddess of spiders and weavers. That's not what, I find normal music boxes to be creepy. This is just a little too much. I would keep the receipt. This thing is definitely going back to the shop. Eesh. It gets infested. Well, that's probably the sanest thing to have done. Alright, so I have both the controller and the headphones, so we should be fine. And I am in a dark place, and the sun is setting, so this should be hopelessly appropriate. Alright, September 25th, 1998. Means you probably don't have cell phones? So long ago, I don't remember. If this is 1998, this dude is really into old aesthetic. Daniel's apartment. Okay, Danny boy. Let's see what horrible well, I have... There we go. Okay, let's get the controls down, shall we? First of all, let's take a look at these things. These bring back some really good memories. Oh, I can turn the lights on and off. Well, why would I turn the lights off? Okay, A is a generic thing. Alright, and door there, and let's take the flashlight. My old flashlight saved me more than once in the great outdoors. Can't take it with me, huh? You know, I wouldn't normally take a flashlight with me into my own house, but apartment. But man, the toilet drain stinks as usual. Well, you're the one who's supposed to be cleaning it, dude. Now I've got the fixed camera angle going here, which means that, of course, there's an evil flashbacks coming. But that means that, of course, we could have a monster lurking just outside. And we would have no idea. Okay, so he's definitely a hipster. He's into vinyl. Alright. My video... Yeah, and videotapes. Videotape collection. I got a few westerns and cop movies. I'm sorry, it's 1998. You should be moving into DVDs. Or CDs. I plan to spend my Sunday in this couch listening to jazz. Oh, God. Hipster is strong with this one. I can't wait to see the next X-Files episode. Oh, God, I remember loving that show. Even though it probably didn't deserve the love I gave it. I should sell that old thing once and for all. I don't know. Vikings hipster. Not the greatest pizza I've had, but it hit the spot. Alright, he's a bachelor. Or divorcee. Damn, I closed the curtains again. I'll end up killing this poor plant. Can I open them back up again? No, no interactions. Although, I gotta say, ooh, it's funny. The right stick is moving his head around. Make him dizzy. Alright, so what we got? Oh, well, like I said, why would I ever turn the lights off? Alright, cool, cool. Shit, I could have sworn I was picking up the trash. Definitely a bachelor. Some leftover coffee, not my drug of choice on a Friday evening. I don't know, I drink coffee constantly. So he's not in Portland, Oregon. We got that, or Seattle. Squeaky clean, just like it should be. Not really hungry, plus I didn't get any groceries this week. So the refrigerator's empty. Alright, have we kind of hit everything here? I guess so. I don't see any more interactables. Okay, so despite the fact that this dude is not the best housekeeper, oh.
Oh, crikey, seriously?
Yeah, seriously. My 80s vinyl collection. Maybe next month I'll be able to afford a shelf to put them on. Yeah, I'm ignoring you. Sophie, it's taking me years to put these pictures out again. That's divorcee. Then, pack with random stuff. My apartment's definitely too small. Sebastian P. Husher, the historical fiction author. He sold 4 million copies of his last novel. Is historical fiction that big? I mean, I know things like the Highlander romance books are big. Alright, I got it. Oh, this is actually the beginning screen, although the window's open in the beginning screen. Okay, what do we got?
Hello.
Oh.
Daniel, it's me again. Hey, we've got a bit of a major emergency going on here.
Oh, you're joking. Friday evening, and there's an emergency?
When else would there be?
This is serious business. Sebastian Husher is nowhere to be found, and his manuscript should have been at the office by Tuesday. He won't answer his calls, and he hasn't shown up at his office at the university. He's vanished into thin air.
Oh, don't screw with me, Etienne. Call him on Monday, or send a courier for him. I just got in the door less than 5 minutes ago.
I'd go myself, but I've got to attend Albert's performance in half an hour. Plus, Husher's house is closer to your place than it is to mine. Come on, man. The sooner you go, the sooner you'll get back home.
This is not in the
You're
job
going to
description.
owe me a big fat favor.
Whatever you want. Write this down. 4 Abbott Thomas Road, in the old housing developments along Highway EB-15.
EB-15? Good God, that's out in the sticks. I plan to take a few days off after this.
Well, we'll talk about that once you find him. Oh, and if he gives you the manuscript, don't show it to anyone. And don't go selling it off to the highest bidder.
I'll see what I can do. We'll ring you up when I get back.
Thanks, Dan. You're saving my skin.
Ish. Okay, so dude's
Again.
Oops.
Another Friday evening and I'm working as an errand boy.
You
I
have
suppose
boundary
they're too
issues.
important over at Wake Publishers to come looking for jolly old Husher themselves. Shit. Even I should be too important for that. I mustn't overstretch my complaints. Rising from my lot as a drunkard and financial ruin to
Oh.
that of an errand boy is actually quite an improvement. If only things had gone a bit better for the company. Or I'd got on the wagon a bit sooner.
Okay, bit of exposition here.
Damn, Sophie did the right thing when she divorced me. I would have divorced myself in her place.
Okay, so the cosmic horror is apparently
Noyer, the bloody alcoholic.
addiction.
Chin up, you. That is Daniel Noyer, the bloody ex-alcoholic, after all. Wake Publishers employee by day, Wake Publishers screwed over lackey by evening. Even Friday evenings. But if I could find Husher, I have a feeling my status at the company would rise quite a bit. After all, he is the publishing firm's biggest star. Let's cross our fingers and hope he's home.
Okay. Interesting setup. What city is this supposed to be in? Everybody's accent is a bit weird. Or only two people. The Husher Mansion is a large 19th century colonial house. Colonial. Okay, we're in the Americas or Canada. Property of Sebastian B. Husher, acclaimed professor, historical fiction author. Canada is probably my best bet here because the accent is pseudo-French. Quebec, perhaps. I haven't been to Quebec in like 25 years, so... Ooh, graphics are nice, though. Nice shade of green. Okay, ominous, ominous. Alright, alright. Prelude, a Friday like any other. Oh, I hear a music box. I'm sure everything's fine. Alright. Let's see what we got. Now, one of the things about this game that you won't see until episode 1, a tricycle, I didn't know Husher had kids, is that, the game, perspective. Every single of the descriptions depends on the character you're playing. If you play a character, why take this side door when I take the main one right there? Well, that's going to be an area we'll get into later, I'm guessing. Let's see. Does his head bob towards where? Nope, just stays in the same position. I lock it in. Okay, so... Okay, check over here. There's a fuse box over there. I'm sure it'll be part of it. A newspaper. The murderer they arrested a week ago is on the front page. So it's a week since they picked up their paper, but it must be a weekly paper. Otherwise, we'd have, what, 6 papers there, right? Or 7. Okay, so...
Hello?
What's a brown? Geez, you think somebody...
Music?
Oh, no.
I'd better take a look.
Really? Abandoned house? Creepy... Oh, we did bring the flashlight. Okay, light source. Use character's own light source to turn it off and on. Press right trigger. Once it's on, you can choose the direction in which you want to point it. Do so. Okay, so that's where the head bobbing comes in. This basically was trying to follow a flashlight that wasn't on yet. This will allow you to illuminate specific areas and will help you interact with objects that may not be run in front of your character. Lights also never run out. Use it as much as you wish. Okay. Boom. All right. There we go.
Is that someone playing a music box?
I don't think we need the flashlight right here. Alarm seems disabled. Much better. If it goes off, I'll have a lot of explaining to do. Hey, cool. Maybe we can take some silverware over here. Cursed silverware, no doubt. Look like travel guides. But yeah, the character you pick alters the description of the items. Clock marks 12. Guess it needs fixing. No, it's just being dramatic. Okay. So, there's a lot of clothes. Is anyone home? Can we access these doors? Nope. Yeah, there we go. Let's take the first one. Oh, bathroom. Hey, maybe we can... much better since I stopped drinking. Maybe I should ask Sophie out. Bah! Daniel, you're like self-absorbed. I understand why Sophie left you at this point. Okay, so the bathroom's uninteresting. Strangely enough, there's like bathrooms of this weird... That's not where the music is coming from. Yeah, let's go towards the creepy music. I'm sure everything's fine. Right, the one advantage of this is I'm not using tank controls, because that's where the old RE2 and such Resident Evil games were, is you just rotated like a tank when you move through. Which, these paintings are depressing. I never put them up in my place. Well, stock for video games. For horror video games, anyways. Husher's into a lot of framed pictures. I'd say so. It's weird. What are these suitcases doing here? Maybe they're trying to flee some horror, which they failed to do. Alright, let's see what we got. Again, seriously. If I ever decorated a place like this, I put in a lot more cheerful colors, because this is just screaming, gothic horror. Chessboard really suits the highbrow feel of this home. So if this really is Canada, is this typical for an older Canadian house? What a beauty. Must sound like an angel. The sound of silence. Kind of an odd choice for a piano piece. But you know, hey, Simon and Garfunkel. With all these bottles, and to think they almost ruined my life. So someone's been drinking heavily. Maybe because they saw something that drove them mad. Ooh, oops. Do the thing over here first. Definitely got over there. That way, Daniel. Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out what the run button is, aren't I? Daniel, look. Ah! That's why you look up and down. A deer's head is almost as big as I am. Thank you for your stunning observational skills. Alright, let's fix the rest of this room first. And let's see what else we got. All these books are written by Husher. They must be first editions. Well, he's prolific. Probably their world's version of Stephen King. Right, even with a drinking habit. Yeah, not really. Oh wait, look down. Here's the other one. I'll get a hold of it. Our history and art magazines. I've got nothing against them, but I bet they bore me to death. Daniel, do you have anything positive to say about anyone? This plant is barely alive, if at all. When's the last time they watered it? Well, you can't talk. The music's not coming from the old-fashioned record player, so I guess this is a place where hipsters chill? Oh, nice owl. Gotta imagine the graphics are realistic, even if the color palette's a little drab. Let's see, left or right. Let's go this way first. Record player? Another one? Nice record player, looks vintage, plus alcohol. So it's not Portland. It seems appropriate for it. Ah, there we go. Alright. More books. History fiction. Fun to read, although I prefer the newspaper. Alright. Camera, or rather a fake camera. Reference to Fatal Frame, maybe? If I break that, my grandsons will finish paying it off. Alright, cool. You have kids? Respectable amount of books. I'm gonna have to get used to this aiming thing. Alright. Wonder who this is. Thing is, another character would probably know who that is and be able to actually tell me through the description. Daniel, however, is apparently a GED student. Mostly noir and police thrillers. Now those I like. Grammar and reference books. I guess they come in handy when Husher is writing. Books, books, and more books. Definitely not a reader. Japanese swords. Anything in that country is popular now. Those stupid cartoons. Hey, anime is not stupid and it is not a cartoon. You... Looks like the drawer is jammed shut. I smell future shenanigans. Excuse me. I always like the fact that Daniel's somehow wearing the same clothing the same color as the walls. Some form of urban camouflage, perhaps. Alright. So, let's take a walk over here. Okay, so
Something on that doorknob.
That's probably bad news. Decorative fruit, the expensive porcelain kind. I guess they don't want anybody to think they're poor. At least it's not rotted. Of course, if it was rotted, we get a better idea of how long they've been missing. Books and plates in the same cabinet. Not much order. Fancy family portraits. They look old. Oh, that mirror is dirty. Somebody mark it up, and if so, why? Let's see what else we got. Okay, nothing on this end. Let's see, how do I get into that one? Can't quite do it. Alright. I know you want me to go over in that direction, which is why, as video games have taught me, is to go opposite that progress. Sheesh. Reminds me of Silent Hill, the alleyway from the first section. Covered in dust. This place hasn't been cleaned in days. Well, your apartment says... Oh, matches. Matchbox. Can't think of reason to burn the house down. Yet. Oh, Daniel. The news is coming from the opposite direction. Don't want to go that way. This is keeping us limited in where we're going to the house. My guess is that the next stage... Oh, so we've kind of gone in opposite... around in a circle. I suppose we should go back and check out that... Or we can go upstairs. Come on.
No, the music isn't coming from upstairs.
Ah. I'm guessing all those portraits are, in fact, what's that? Seems to come from this floor, maybe down below. Okay, so if you... Tell me, you actually watching this down in the description down there? In the, below the description in the comments. If you ran into the situation, at what point would you, in fact, decide that it wasn't worth it and you were going to inform the authorities that something was wrong? Because I was there about 5 minutes ago. Apparently that door is one way. You guys have to go the long way around. Okay, back into the kitchen. Dining room. Alright, so let's go check out the place with the cursed plaque, or whatever it is. It's a postcard. Documents and items. You have found an examinable item. Inspect it by information, pressing A. To examine the backside, press the right stick. You can access your inventory and collect the documents at any time by using the left button. Alright, so what do we got? First letter from Isaac Faber. Fabrier? Fabrier. A letter for Husher, found by Daniel in the author's mansion. Post stamped on it, August 1st. It's a little while back. Okay, read. Dear Sebastian, how are you? To be perfectly honest, I must admit that we are all impatiently awaiting your latest work. My dear friend, I must ask a favor of you. Enclosed with this letter, you will find one of the latest items we have purchased at the store, an ornate music box with fascinating engravings. The craftsmanship is astonishing, but something else has caught my eye. Perhaps I should say ear. The melody, Sebastian, it's peculiar. You can listen to it for yourself. I have never heard the song before, and my attempts at finding the score or name a composer have failed. I cannot for the life of me get this melody out of my head. Alright, anything on the other side? Will you be willing to help me find any clues regarding this box and the mysterious melody? I would be forever grateful. With the warmest of wishes, Isaac Fabrier. P.S. I've also enclosed the information I found about a said box. Letter addressed to Sebastian P. Husher, 25... Abbott. Not quite sure why there's a dramatic pause there. Abbott Thomas Road 4. Alright. And yeah, there we go. And reading other people's mail, are we?
What the?
Yeah, that's a little weird.
There'd be a door there.
Yeah, that's leading... Take a look. What he's talking about there. Also, got that little bad case of black mold around it. That'd be going right into where the porcelain fruit is. Okay, so... Hang on a second. Yep, there we go. Inventory. Badge of Perseverance. Should have checked this earlier. Badge of Perseverance. A powerful item. 3 years sober. I'm happy for him. He worked hard for this, if only things have been different. Sophie. So, yeah. This is kind of their version of an AA badge. Mi sunt, convalescent officium into Ataris. Maybe he's a Mason. Not really anything I can do with it either. And I can't combine it with anything. Alright. So, before we go into the obviously cursed doorway there, radio has to be older than me, and those rifles real? The thing on this game is, like I said, weapons are useless. You don't pick up the sword or the gun because that guy likes to hunt. Sophie would have a fit if she saw this. I think Sophie's one of the characters, so if we can bring her into this room, we can actually see what she thinks about the idea of people hunting for sport. There's stuff lying all over the place. It reminds me of the old college dorm. So this must be the dude's, man cave. Classic music album on the record player. Alright, so yeah, let's check out the obviously cursed door, shall we? Ah. Well, apparently the dude has a torture basement. Well, I kinda... Dude, prop the door open! Oh, gods.
I'd hardly taken a step forward when I heard the door close behind me. When I turned around, the door wasn't there anymore. And all that was left of it was a strange shadow on the wall.
That's not good.
I despaired. And I screamed until my throat began to burn. The candles started to run out, as did the batteries in my torch. From within the most suffocating darkness, the hours went by, until turning into days, and I began to fall in and out of a restless sleep. I would hear voices, sometimes right next to me, other times a few yards away. It seemed like they were coming from the other side of the wall. Desperate cries, howling in horror.
Okay.
Sometimes, the worst of all, a vast, oppressive silence would fall, seeming to emanate from everywhere.
The
and
presence.
nowhere, all at once. There was nobody there. Just hallucinations, nightmares, black nothingness, and the song from that music
Sorry.
box. Trapped in this impossible place, I wondered if I was going to die there.
If you're lucky. Excuse me. Oh, so terribly sorry about that. Oh,
Etienne, do you have any news on Daniel yet?
Oh, Sophie. No. We've been calling him at home all day, but there's no response. Do you know if he's got a mobile phone?
No, I don't think so. And if he does, he doesn't tend to keep it on him.
Oh, man. I think I should pass by the Husher place when I leave, just to see if they know anything.
Husher the writer? Your client?
Yeah, I sent Daniel over there on Friday, and I haven't heard from him since.
What's the
What?
address? I'm going to stop by Daniel's place, and if I don't find him, I can go around and ask about him.
The house on the outskirts of town, on Highway EB-15. Number 4, Abbott Thomas Road. It's a big house.
Okay, I'm headed over. Call me if you find him.
Of course. Same to you.
okay, so this is the part where things get interesting. So yeah, I'm going to push it a little further, by the way, because, and let me get the audio balance shifted slightly. Hang on, it's going to go quiet just a second. Sorry about the coughing, rather, but I got some dust in my system. Not sure, I can't, until I actually look at this in post-edit. I'm not going to know what the time balance is, but according to this, it looks like the background audio got a little high. But yes, this is the point where you get to choose which type of, hang on a second. Sorry, the cat has decided to grace my presence while I'm doing this, and is feeling like that she's being left out. You know, spending too much time with you, apparently. Anyways, so yes, this is where you get to choose which character you're going to be experiencing the episode with. In this case, we obviously have Sophie, age 40, the ex-wife, light source Candle, because each one has a unique light source. Life has always put Sophie to the test many times, but she always pulls through. It was thanks to this resilience that she summoned the strength to put an end to her failing marriage with Daniel. Sophia runs a well-known art gallery, is now enjoying her ever-exclusive prosperity she has always longed for. Okay, so she's an art gallery owner. Okay, she has, let's see, 5 speed, 5 stealth, 4 strength, and 6 serenity. All of these affect gameplay to some degree. Speed, of course, is how quickly the character will run. Stealth is how, you know, how easy it is to avoid detection. Strength is probably how much to prevent people from grabbing onto you, and serenity is probably a sanity rating. Okay, scented candles, whenever I feel one, everything around me is more safer and more peaceful. Okay, next option is, of course, Etienne Biatard. I mispronounced that, I'm sure. Age 45, light source lighter. Etienne, a confident self-made man, is sales manager at Wake Publishing, you know, back when publishing industry was still a thing, making him Daniel's direct supervisor. Oh, so you're the dude who, like, forces him to work off the clock. I got your number. In his role as personal assistant, Daniel has become somewhat of an errand boy, but Etienne is slowly giving him greater responsibilities. Although they love to complain about working together, they have grown fond of each other, developing a friendship outside of work that neither of them like to admit. Okay, speed 5, stealth 4, strength 6, serenity 5. Writing down note folder and writing down anything is important to the secret of remembering. So probably it gives you clues. But the Who are we? Alexander Leskin, age 59, light source candle. Alexander's wife Masha are the housekeepers at writer Sebastian P. Huscher's mansion. Watching over the author's children is one of their many household duties. The Russian couple of Christian faith moved to Europe in the early 80s in an attempt to flee from a mysterious past that Alexander rarely speaks about. Yeah, early 80s? That would mean that he's from the other side of the Iron Curtain, and nobody likes to talk about that. 4 speed, 6 stealth, 8 strength, but 2 serenity, which means that the dude is probably tripping on some serious traumatic flashbacks. But this is trade-off. If we go with him, whatever mental assault we'll take will probably be worse damage for him, but he'll be able to fend off physical attacks better. Metal hip flask. Take a good swig from the flask to soothe your nerves when danger lurks. Always works for me. Essentially, you've got a chemical way to bring down sanity, which actually does work in the original Call of Cthulhu game. Alina Ramios, age 32, light source flashlight. Alina is a passionate, hands-down type of learner, always eager to get her hands dirty at work, happy and energetic. She's traveled the world with her sister in search of a better life for both. Now she works as an electrical technician at Monolith Security. Alina is part of a highly qualified tech support team repairing high-end security systems for exclusive clients. 6 speed, 6 stealth, 5 strength, and 3 serenity. Walkie-talkie. It doesn't work very well. It picks up a lot of weird interference. So my guess is it's going to be like the walkie-talkie from Silent Hill. Don't know if you've ever played that one, but every time the monster's nearby, the static goes off. In this case, it probably will let us know if the presence is nearby. Alright, so yeah, we've got to pick which one we're going to start with. And considering permadeath, we may not want to get too attached to some of these people. So I'm probably going to pick Etienne, simply because I dislike him the most, and if something happens to him, I'm not going to be that upset about it. So Etienne, we're going to go send you after Daniel in the next episode, and we're going to see what happens. Now, I said I was going to make the first episode publicly available and the rest for supporters only. But what I'm going to do is probably do the second one, because the first one just gives us a tease of the story. It didn't really give us any gameplay. So in order to get an idea, I will do probably the first half hour of the series and then tack it on either this week or next week, depending on the editing I can get done at the time. And we'll see. So this is In Fantastic Worlds, saying farewell from Lovecraft Country, and let's try Song of Horror. And if you like this, like, share, subscribe. And if you want to check out my other series, of course, I'll probably put them at the end here, or up there on the top right, if I remember. Sometimes I'm bad at that. And you can see what I'm like currently at the time of recording. I'm doing Cultist Simulator, which is the Lovecraftian card-based game on trying to raise up cults and become ascend into demonic form and rule among the broken mansis of the gods. One of my favorites. And Sigil Legends, which you play a guardian of Gaia trying to prevent the elder ones from devouring the world. That's the Lovecraftian MMO. But again, hey, check it out if you want to. Also, there's other Let's Try series. And if you're a supporter, once we get past these two first sections of the episodes, you will be seeing the rest of the game as well. In fact, should something unfortunate happen to Etienne, please let me know what the next victim you want to send me in is. Okay, so I will catch you next time.